never come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. All soca people put your 2-1 in the air.
Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The UEFA Champions League resumes on Tuesday with two blockbuster first leg round of 16 encounters. Over at Anfield, it will be a repeat of last season's final when Liverpool host defending champions Real Madrid. While respecting Madrid's pedigree in the tournament, Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is confident his team will have a good outcome tomorrow.
It's now different teams, same clubs, different teams, different times. And so there's a history. In the last few years, one of us was kind of always in a final. That's how it feels, at least. And usually, if you want to go to the final, it's always you have to kick us out or them. This time we play each other. So let's see who can go through.
Yeah, for Liverpool fans, they would probably consider, Morin and Ricardo, that Real Madrid, as potent as they are generally, have won, I think, just one of their last 7 visits to England in UCL football. So maybe that is part of the reason why Klopp could be, also with Liverpool's recent improved form, be having some confidence going in.
But he shouldn't, because this is a rematch of last year's Champions League's final, and they lost to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but it wasn't played in England.
Okay, so you think playing in a particular place will affect it?
It does.
And this is a Liverpool team, Lance, that looks a shadow of themselves, that went up against this Real Madrid team last year at the finals. Well, Liverpool didn't even show up.
Venues sometimes play a part in the outcome of the games. And as I just said, as strong as Real Madrid are, they have won just one of their last 7 UEFA Champions League matches played in England. Yeah. So they've not been necessarily successful when they play in England. And Liverpool's form has improved in recent weeks. I mean, I like Real Madrid to win, but I understand Klopp has to hold on to something to give his squad confidence.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, Lance, because I listened to Jurgen Klopp and I wasn't too pleased when he said, I feel as if we will have to play 2 super games to win and Real Madrid don't have to play at their best to win. And when I saw that initially, I thought to myself, well, why is Klopp not going into this with more confidence? You're coming off 2 good league wins, including a 2-0 victory over a really good Newcastle team at the weekend. And I'm thinking you should be going in saying to the Real Madrid setup that, yes, we know you come into this as favourites given how we've gone for the entire season. But I feel that we're turning around our form, and I think you're going to have to play at your very best if you're gonna get the better of us. I just don't like the idea of a quote saying that another team does not have to play at their best to get the better of them. But having said all of that, there was still enough in what he said to suggest that there is some amount of confidence going into this tie.
To be fair, though, it is not uncommon for coaches sometimes to have that posture.
I know it's not, but I don't like it, Lance.
You don't like
that's
it?
the thing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Klopp is famous for doing that.
If I'm in your setup and you go on international television, you go to a press conference and you go, well, they don't have to play at their best to beat us.
It just means that they're better than you.
I have to wonder about how you feel about where we are as a unit. Of course.
I'm pretty certain he's telling his players something completely different.
I was going to say that there is always the possibility.
This is for the media. That statement was for the media.
There is the possibility, lads, that he is telling the players in the dressing room something different. But there's also the possibility that the rhetoric is the same in the dressing room, that we will have to play out of our skins to beat this Real Madrid team. And mind you, it may work, you know.
Yes.
But
you don't like it. But you don't like it.
But I don't like it.
I agree with you though, Ricardo, because as a leader of the team, and he's a leader, he's a manager, you wouldn't really want to hear your manager talking about your team in that way. Because in other words, he's basically saying that if Real Madrid doesn't play good, they're still going to beat us.
Can I tell you something nice? You know, I play a little amateur tennis, right?
Yes.
And if my coach comes to me, if I'm going to play a match, and my coach comes to me and he says, I think you're going to have to play your best ever to beat that guy. You know what I think immediately? He doesn't think I can win.
Yes.
And maybe it's slightly different in a... It's not. And maybe it's slightly different in a team environment,
Yeah.
but I just don't like the rhetoric. I like when the rhetoric is coming from a more positive
Yeah.
standpoint
One coach to like
about
you.
what we're
All right,
capable of doing
all right.
as a team.
All right, well, let's see if his rhetoric will improve now, because he also spoke of his team's recent return to form, suggesting that the clash would have been more challenging had it come a few weeks earlier.
I said it's one of the biggest games in the world, at least one of the biggest game I ever heard about. And with the recent history with one of us in the final, blah, 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 and quite successful in the competition, difficult to play against, grinding results out, all this kind of thing. It will be a top football game. And I'm really happy that we can play it now. Like 4 weeks ago, it would have been different. But life is all about timing, and maybe we found back our feet right in time for this game, even when I would have expected us to be ourselves as well, even if we wouldn't have won the last two games, because it's a different competition and you have to use this opportunity. But so now we have these two results and hopefully we can build on that. But we need to play a super game. We need to play two super games, to be honest, to get through. But I have no problem with that, because if you don't play your best, you don't have a chance. Real Madrid doesn't have to play their best and still have a chance, and that's the difference, and that's pretty special. But I can't wait.
Yeah, well, that was the comment that you saw earlier,
Yeah.
that you just commented on. But as I said, it's not uncommon for coaches to do that.
I know
Because
it's not uncommon,
sometimes it is their bid
Yeah.
to give the opposing team some sort of mental comfort, and then you go and plan to turn them over.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to work against Real Madrid.
I don't think so either, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying coaches do that.
Plus, I also think, right, coming into this tie, I don't think there are many, if anyone, who would say that Liverpool come into this tie as favourites. Most people, if not everyone, will tell you that Real Madrid come into this round of 16 Champions League tie as favourite. And so I don't think there is a need for Liverpool and the Liverpool boss to be playing any mind games. Not just because of what has happened this season, but because of what has happened against Real Madrid in the last few seasons. I think they've gone, 6 Champions League games now without beating Real Madrid. So you are the underdog. I mean, there's no need for you to play mind games, but then again,
It's just
to
how
each
it
his
works,
own.
because Pep does the same thing as well. But I'm looking forward to see how they do. We saw a bit of form from Darwin Núñez. He was seen as a massive promise when he went to Liverpool.
Yeah.
We saw Cody Gakpo stepping up on the weekend. So I'm looking forward to see how Liverpool fares against Real Madrid, because even Karim Benzema, no word yet on if the big Benz will play.
Yeah.
But if
He
he
is in
comes
the
out,
squad.
Yeah, he'll play. I think he'll
Yeah.
play.
Right.
It's Toni Kroos and Tchouaméni that are missing from the game because of illness. So Real Madrid are missing some key players.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
And I guess Klopp will be planning for them without Kroos and Tchouaméni.
You know, quick to Lance, and I'll say this, different sport, but
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Part of the reason growing up I was such a massive fan of Brian Lara is that I could almost always tell when something big is coming.
Yes.
Because of the confidence level. And he would essentially tell you, expect something, and he would go out there and deliver it. Those are the type of sportsmen that I like, which is why I don't like the rhetoric
Yes.
that Jurgen Klopp was coming across with. But to
typ-
each his own.
and typically, Brian Lara would be very, very keen to shine when something negative is happening surrounding his name.
Yeah.
And he wants to put things straight. You know, like when the Cricket West Indies board puts him on probation and that kind of thing, you can expect Lara to come out and do something special. Be sure to check out SportsMax's Match of the Day on Tuesday, where it'll be that big game between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Our pre-game show is set for 2:15 p.m. That's 3:15 Eastern Caribbean time. Kickoff for that blockbuster clash will be at 3 p.m. 4 o'clock for those in the Eastern Caribbean. Stay with us. More SportsMax Zone after this.
Let me extend my apologies. Only big fat with big flag going overhead like canopy. Rag in my back pocket with a white vest, sneakers and wallabies. Knife tips and tight pants. I never really read none of these. I come from brass festival and from customs and from flour mills. Was a fit, fire fit and licensing fit and them.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.